we played two good teams where our challenges. There were multiple challenges, but I think the biggest challenge for both of those teams was dominant outside hitting. We were able to withstand that against Lamar. Sierra had a great match, 18 kills, and I think only one error, hit over 400. But I don't know if they were able to get enough offense in other places. And we were pretty balanced offensively, and I think the story of that match was Natalie Yeager and Vanessa Coleman were just connecting in the middle and very, very good in transition. I felt like that was, I don't know if that's what won us the match, but it was a very key component in what we were able to do. Then Saturday, we knew we were going to play a very good defensive team in Sam Houston, and we knew we were going to play against a very dominant outside hitter in Devney Wells-Gibson. Devney, as we expected, had a really, really good match. And I thought they played really, really good defense. I think, every once in a while you have one of those matches where nobody really has their best match. And I think that's just kind of what happened to us. I think Sam had a lot to do with that. I don't want to just say that we played bad because I want to give them credit because I thought they played very, very well. But it's just, it's just another match. And we go through the season, and when we win matches, we don't get overly excited. And that's not a conference championship for us. And when you lose a match, it's the same way. You just move on to the next match. And tonight's match, Oral Roberts, we were fortunate enough to beat them in 5 at their place earlier in the season. Their personnel has changed a little bit since we played them last. They're bouncing back and forth between a couple outside hitters in their second outside spot. They have a new right side who played last year and is a real nice player, physical blocker, and a pretty good offensive player as well. But we played them at their place. They had their right side, maybe wasn't as physical, but was real good against us offensively. So the adjustment there is that we're going to have to probably prepare for a more physical block and maybe a little bit different dynamic from that team. But we're facing a very balanced team, great setting, good ball control. You look at their libero, and I think her and Keeley kind of go back and forth in the lead in the conference. I think they're 2 of the best liberos in the conference, if not the two best liberos in the conference. But they're certainly 2 of the premier liberos in our conference. So that'll be, it's always fun to watch her play. I think she's really talented, and it's frustrating when you're playing against her. But when you watch it on film, she does some pretty incredible things. It's like watching us, I think. So we're looking forward to that. They do a real nice job over there, and have a lot of respect for that staff. So it should be, I think if both teams play their best, you're probably looking at another 4 or 5 set match, and I don't think that anybody's really favored to win. It's we're both 2 teams that are at the top half, top third of the conference, and so it should be a pretty good match. Thursday and Saturday at Abilene Christian, at Incarnate Word. ACU, both teams have played well in their spots, as I kind of said earlier. They both beat Texas Tech this year, so they've kind of had their highs and lows. They're transitioning from Division II to Division I, but we know who the players are on those rosters. There are players that we looked at in the recruiting process. I think they're both legitimate Southland type schools that will only improve as they get further along here, but I think right now they're both pretty strong. From what we can see on film and what we've seen on film in the past, is they're both very good ball control teams, which is not atypical of a Division II school. Smaller players that can play volleyball, and that can present a lot of problems. And so we're definitely not taking either of those schools lightly. They've proven they can beat top teams, and I think Incarnate Word beat Sam Houston earlier in the year, and so it's certainly not schools that we're going to take lightly.